For months, the I-Team has been looking into test questions, a simmering scandal. Tonight, a prominent laboratory used by police and prosecutors accused of providing flawed test results in cases of driving under the influence of marijuana. Many cases resulting in motorists convicted and sent to jail when they shouldn't have been, and allegations of a cover-up that followed.
There are two people that are no longer here. This is something that is difficult to talk about.
March 26, 2018, while Corey Lee was driving a company vehicle to work, he ran a stop sign in northern Illinois. Lee crashing into another vehicle, killing 52-year-old Pedro Pasillas Sanchez and his son, 22-year-old Pedro Pasillas Delgado.
I know that I was not under the influence that morning.
But a judge ruled otherwise. Lee was convicted of aggravated driving under the influence of cannabis or marijuana, resulting in death. The judge, relying on a blood test result showing Lee's level of delta-9 THC, the main psychoactive compound in marijuana, at 6.5 nanograms. In Illinois, that's beyond the limit, an illegal amount for motorists.
It's malfeasance, misdirection, and incompetence.
Suburban DUI defense attorney Don Ramsell is representing Lee, who is now challenging his conviction, which was based on a test done by the University of Illinois Chicago Analytical Forensic Testing Laboratory. This court filing claiming the analysis of blood tests was somehow flawed, resulting in inaccurate THC numbers.
Their accrediting agency decided to audit the lab and then began to find a series of, they call them nonconformances, or failure to follow scientific standards, which has now put about 1,600 cannabis DUI cases that they tested in jeopardy.
In jeopardy of being thrown out, people released from prison, both?
I'd say both.
For months, the I-Team has been digging through records that raise concerns about the lab's analytical methods and how tests were conducted for substances that determine whether someone is driving under the influence of marijuana.
This is what I would describe as a festering scandal. The consequences are great. People who are charged with felonies, their life is certainly affected.
Emails and internal communications obtained tonight by the I-Team revealing the lab acknowledged testing problems last March and waited 2 months to alert prosecutors of possible flawed results.
The supervision of the lab also was what I would describe as not doing their job, not following the scientific requirements.
Professor Bruce Goldberger is an expert in forensic toxicology.
People rely upon us as forensic scientists to do work that is reliable and defensible in court. There are instances, unfortunately, where we have had bad apples in the system, but that's the role of the court and the role of the accreditation process to discover these bad apples.
UIC has now stopped doing tests for marijuana in law enforcement cases and in a statement said the University of Illinois Chicago is aware of concerns raised regarding the testing of certain biological samples previously conducted at one of its laboratories. The university is conducting an investigation to examine the matter thoroughly. As this is an ongoing process, we are unable to provide additional details at this time. UIC remains committed to upholding the highest standards of laboratory research integrity and compliance and to ensuring the well-being of the communities we serve.
Laboratory analysts and labs still feel they're above the law, that their mistakes are internal and not to be shared with the rest of us.
In a court filing, Ramsell claims the widely used lab discovered its testing flaw as far back as 2021, but kept it secret, and it wasn't disclosed. In 2022, Lee was sentenced to 6 years in prison, and where he should stay, according to an attorney for the victim's family, lab tests or not.
I don't believe that the prosecutor or the judge was wrong. As far as the UIC lab, I believe that somebody there should have to answer for this.
Tonight, then, what is the answer to these test questions? State's attorneys across Metro Chicago already working to figure out which convictions were based on faulty lab results and how many defendants are in jail when they shouldn't be.